Who's ready for a little Cootamundra magic? First up, we're visiting the tiny house where a big legend was born, Sir Don Bradman. Then it's a stroll through the Captain's Walk. Yep, you guessed it, we're hanging out with cricket royalty. And of course, we couldn't resist a wander through the cute streets of Coota. Big history, small town charm, let's dive in. Okay, here we are guys at Cootamundra, a little town in New South Wales. We're going to go and check it out. Let's do it. Cootamundra is about a 4-hour drive from Sydney, or around 5 hours if you're coming up from Melbourne. There's something special about hitting the open country roads, winding through rolling hills, past golden fields and under the prettiest tree-lined stretches you've ever seen. We were happily cruising into Cootamundra until a classic country moment stopped us in our tracks. Literally. One very long road train later, we were back on the road and ready to explore this charming little town. Our first point of call in Cootamundra was to find Sir Don Bradman's birthplace. Okay, here we are at Bradman's birthplace in Cootamundra. Unfortunately, the museum is closed today, but we're going to have a look around outside because it's actually super cute. So we'll take you and show you around the outside. We rolled up to Sir Don Bradman's birthplace and scored a park right out the front. There's a big sign out the front that shares the history of the home and the opening hours for the museum. Sadly, it was closed on the day that we visited, but honestly, it was still so worth stopping. The gardens around the house are beautifully kept, and wandering around the outside just gives you a real sense of how humble Bradman's beginnings were. Such a peaceful little spot, and a must visit if you're in Cootamundra. Even though the museum was closed, I couldn't help but poke my head through the window to have a look at some of the memorabilia that's housed in the museum. And of course, we needed to have a roaming Russell picture out the front. Just a short stroll from the town centre, you'll find one of Cootamundra's real hidden gems, the Captain's Walk. This is the start of the Captain's Walk, and you'll notice here, which is where we just were, which was Bradman's birthplace. That's pretty cute. Let's go and have a look. This unique walkway celebrates all of Australia's cricket captains with life-size busts and plaques telling their stories. It's actually really quite impressive. From the early pioneers of the game to the modern legends you'll recognise straight away. Even if you're not a huge cricket fan, it's such a cool and quirky spot to wander through. The attention to detail in each sculpture is amazing. You can see the character in their faces, the pride, the determination, and of course, a very few impressive moustaches and old school haircuts thrown in for good measure. It's an easy, peaceful walk and a great way to soak up a bit of Aussie sporting history in a town that's really proud of its cricket roots. Definitely worth a stop when you're in Cootamundra. And this captain here was beheaded for being caught out for a duck, apparently. Just kidding. And right in the heart of the Captain's Walk, you'll find this towering statue, a real centrepiece among all the busts. It's Sir Donald Bradman himself, larger than life, just like his legacy. You can't miss him. It's a fitting tribute to the man who's still considered one of the greatest cricketers of all time. So Steve, tell me, does it get cold out here in Cootamundra? Steve? Steve? What are you looking at up there? It's not very talkative. As we walk around to the end of the Cricket Captain's Walk, I start recognising some familiar faces. So Ricky, I've got a joke for you. Why are Australian cricketers cleverer than Houdini? Why, you ask? Because they can get out without even trying.
Okay, so we just completed the cricket captain's walk. It was quite interesting looking at some of the stats and averages and higher scores and things like that. And apparently this was inspired by the Prime Minister's walk, which is in Ballarat. So yeah, it was inspired by that. So you can see their bus, have a little look around. It's a nice park, so yeah, check it out if you're in Cooter.
And after checking out some of the local icons, we made our way into the heart of Cootamundra to have a look around. It's one of those towns that just feels welcoming from the minute you roll in. All right, we are heading into town to have a bit of a look to see what the Cootamundra main street is like. One thing we've said about all these old towns is there's so many pubs in there. There's a pub on every corner. I'll show you. Pub there. Pub there. And a pub here. Cootamundra is full of beautiful old buildings that tell a story of its past. From classic country pubs to grand historic facades, every corner seems to have a little piece of history tucked into it. It's the kind of town where you find yourself looking up, taking in all the little details that have been standing proudly for over 100 years. What about the things you see? It's a pigeon sitting on a nest. It's a bit cute. Hey buddy, I'm not touching anything, I'm just looking at your cute babies in this little nest. Look at that, what a good mama pigeon. One thing you can't miss in Cootamundra is the beautiful trees lining the streets. They just give the whole town such a peaceful, welcoming feel. And ahead is Emma and the Russells waiting outside the pub. I think the Russells would like a schooner. Oh, actually, no, you know what the Russells would like? This. So unfortunately we are here on a public holiday and it appears that there's absolutely nothing open. I think, we've seen 2 cafes possibly open. But I actually kind of like it because it's really peaceful and you can just see the whole street really nicely.
Yeah, nice wide streets.
What were you saying?
So do you think that there's a split ends hairdressers in every town?
I think so, and a scissors.
Definitely a scissors.
That's a fancy name, a common name for the...
I think we need to look out for split ends and scissors in every
Okay,
town.
it's okay, let's make a tally. So that's 1 so far in Cootamundra.
Yes.
Now, we've already got lunch today, however, this place is heathen. Could be heathen because it's pretty quiet everywhere else, but I don't think so. I feel like this, it even says it's got Australia's tastiest chicken. So do us a favour, if you've been here, drop a thing in the comments and let us know if it is. So Emma, thoughts on Cootamundra?
Yeah, it's cute. Really nice wide streets, real old country feel to the town. I mean, very quiet today, but it's nice that we had a stop in and just had a look at the Bradman birthplace, had a walk around the streets. I'm feeling relaxed, ready for the rest of our holiday.
All right. Aussie, what do you guys think of Cootamundra? Did you say you wanted to go back to that chicken place? Oh. And that's a wrap on our visit to Cootamundra, a town full of history, charm, and a few surprises along the way. Thanks for coming along with us, and we'll see you on our next adventure. If you like this episode, guys, please press that like button and hit subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks for watching.